In this video, I will discuss with you on this mod. So in this case, I will use Windows 10 built-in image editor to actually edit this whale shark picture. So move on to the file we are having, the source file we are having. Click on the whale shark picture, right click. For me, I will choose, in today's discussion, I will choose to use Paint 3D to do this editing. So this is the original image. So first of all, we need to rotate it 90 degrees clockwise, reflecting or flipping horizontally. So to do this, we go to canvas. We go to this canvas. Then you will see this rotate and flip features here. So clockwise. So this is the one, rotate right clockwise. Then we're going to flip it horizontally. So flip horizontally. This is flip horizontally, which is along the y-axis. So now the whale shark will look like this. Then next one, crop to remove the text. So we use the crop tools. So this is the place. So crop. So you have to crop it to remove the text. So we cropped it nicely. You can actually make the picture, you can actually zoom up the picture so that you can see the adjust pointer where you can actually adjust your crop area. Then next one is actually you have to crop it so that the whole whale shark is visible, and crop image should be 500 pixel wide and 1200 pixel height. So after you've done this, you can confirm we have to crop the whole whale shark. So just focus on the whole whale shark. This is how it looks like. Then click done, confirm it. Then we're going to adjust the width and the height. So we have to uncheck the checkbox for log aspect ratio. So the width we set it to 500 and the height 1200. So the dimension will be set accordingly. And what we have to do next is we have to save it according to the file type request and also the file name given. So we have to save it as PNG with the file name WS underscore followed by your candidate's number. So we go to menu, perform save as image. So navigate to the folder where you would like to save it. So in this case, we have to save it in the Ocean folder and change the save as type to PNG. Then the file name, it should start with WS underscore followed by your candidate's number. So I will use the X to represent the candidate's number. So you perform save. So after you save, when you go to your folder, have a look. Now you have the picture here. Now you have the picture here. So we're going to move on to prepare our evidence, which in this evidence, you need to give us folder name. You have to ensure that the folder name is visible. The file name is visible. File extension, number 3. Number 4, the image dimension. And number 5, the file size is also visible. So to make it happen, we make sure that the folder name, this is the folder name. Then the file name is all visible. Then file extension, if your file extension is not shown here, please go to the View tab and check the checkbox. Make sure that the checkbox for file name extension is being checked. So you will see the .jpg.css appear. Then image dimension. So here I don't have the image dimension here. So to make it happen, just right click so that you can right click at the detail part. Then you can see all the columns, right? So go to more, look for the image dimension. So we go to the image dimension. So dimension, here is this. So check the checkbox, click OK. So you will have the image dimension appear. So you can double check from here. Just now the image we edit, right? So we can have the 500 times 1200, the dimension appear. Okay. Then the file size, so this is the file size. So this is what you have to provide in your evidence. So I will take the snipping tools to crop, okay, to capture this. So here your marker will actually check on the file folder name, the file name, file size, image dimension, and the file extension. So copy this image and put it in your evidence number 1 in your evidence document. So this is how we can prepare the evidence 1. So now we continue to our task 3 web page. So you're going to create a web page and style sheets to promote the ocean conservation. The web page and style sheets must work in any browser or the color code. So we need to take note on the color code, except those provided in the source file, they should be in hexadecimal. And make sure that your style sheets contains no HTML and your HTML and style sheets as efficient as possible. So here you have to create in your Ocean folder a web page called ocean.htm. The web page must be created using a single table and working in all the browser. The table must fit 80% of the browser window, and this is how the structure should look like. Okay, this is how the structure should look like, and you take note here which the height and the width of this table, okay, the cell is actually being set in percentage, not pixel. So you have to be careful when you set this measurement. Okay, when you set this measurement, you have to be careful. So when we do this, we will always actually set the what is the dimension of our table. So in this case, we're having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's actually having 5 rows. Okay, it's actually having 5 rows. And if you actually go for the merging of the table, right? Actually, you will merging of the cells. Actually, we will see that you can actually see they are having 1, 2, 3, and 4 columns. Okay, in terms of columns, you have 4 columns and 5 rows. So what we have to do is we have to launch our expressions web 4 and go to open site, because we already grouped all our source file in the Ocean folder. So navigate to our Ocean folder, open site. So all our source file will group together. So over here, you create a new HTML file. So in this case, it shall be named as ocean.htm. So we named it, then open. So this is the place where you can see the code and the design view at the same time. So we're going to insert a table. So insert table. So we have 5 rows and 4 columns. So 5 rows and set it as 4 columns. Okay. And don't forget, just now it did mention that this table it must fit 80% of the browser window. Okay, 80% of the browser window. So I will set it here 80%. So specify the width, we set it 80%. Okay, in percentage. Then click OK. So this is how the table looks like at the moment. And we're going to put in the dimension and merge the cell. So our first row is only a single cell. As you can see here, cell A, height is 15%. So cell A, right click, modify, merge. Then remember you have to modify the cell property. So specify the height, it is 15%. So 15 in percent. So this is the percentage. So when you click OK, you can see that it will do the column span, and then set the height with 15% here. Okay, then we need to actually do for the cell B, D, C, and so on and so forth. So I will proceed to cell B first, okay, which it actually go for the column image 3 cells. So cell B is the second row. Merge the 3 cells, right click, modify, merge. So you have core span 3. Okay, so cell B, the width is 75%, the height is 45%. So we have to set, right click, cell property. The width is actually 75%, so in percent. The height is actually 45 in percent. So you have to set the unit in percent. Okay, so you can see here, it show the unit percent. And it do core span, okay, column span. Then cell D is height 10%. We didn't set the width. So we go to cell D, which is the third row. Right click, merge, okay, modify, merge cell. Right click, cell property. The height, set it to 10%. So this is how we set it. Okay, then we'll proceed to cell C. Cell C, it go across 1, 2, 3. So you can see here 1, 2, 3, 3 rows, right? So it will do row span. So cell C, which is here, merge across 3 rows. So right click, modify, merge. So you can see here, it do the row span 3. Okay, you do the row span 3. Right click, cell property. So we're going to set the dimension. The width is 25%. So it cater only the width. Set it to 25%. Apply. Okay, so the width 25% is being set here. Okay, then the next thing is about the E, F, and G cell. So you can see that E, F, G cell, they share the same dimension, which is 25% for the width and 20% for the height. So we can actually set it together. So you have E, F, and G cell. Right click, cell property. So we set the width and the height. The width is 25%. The height is 20%. So apply. Okay. Okay. And the last cell is cell H, which is 10%, and it is single cell only. So select all the cells in the last row. Right click, modify, merge. So you have core span 4. Okay. Right click, cell property. So set the width to need just the height. So the height is 10% in percent. So apply. So this is how it should look like. So this is how the command should look like. Okay, I adjust a bit here. So you can see that this is the command. Okay, for the height and the width. So this is how we set up for our table. And it also mentioned that, okay, it won't show those table, because the table's cell is identified with the letters, okay, but it won't show, all these letters won't show in your outcomes, okay. But and one more thing is the table border must not appear in the final web page. So this one we will do it, okay, this one we just mark here, we will do it in our style sheets, okay, we'll do it in our style sheets. So we continue to the next question, question 3. Place in the cell. So each of the cell we have to put in the required component or object. So cell A, we have to place in the banner picture. So go to our cell A. You can actually include the picture banner by click and drag, drop. So this is the picture given. So in the source, in the code here, you can see that image command is being added, okay, EMGART, and the source banner. Okay, then next one, cell B, we have to insert a placeholder, okay, with the, to fill the width, okay, fill up the width of the whole cell. Contains a video clip spinner.mp4. Display the automated text-based error message. So we want a text-based error message if the browser does not support this video type. So to do this, I'm going to show it in the command. So go to cell B. Okay, this is our cell B. So when you point to cell B, you can actually see that this is the place for your cell B. So we're going to include the command. So I will do it in the code view. Okay, so we want to put in a placeholder to hold the video clips. So we will use the video command. Okay, so video, open tag and close tag for video. So we want the full width of the cell. So video width equal, so we put in 100%. Okay, and we have to include the source. So source. So what is the source? So source, we will put in the source spinner. So this is the file name, right? So we do src equal. So type the file name correctly. So m21 spinner.mp4. So double check, make sure you type the correct file name, because if you spell it wrongly, you're unable to actually display it. Okay, and then because this is the mp4 type, so we do type equal, so video/mp4. Okay, and don't forget we have to put in the automated text-based error message. So for this error message, we will put in here, your browser does not support this video file type. So you can save it and try to browse in your browser view. Okay, I try to browse it in Internet Explorer first. Okay, allow the block content. So you can see that the image is, the video is actually being shown here. Okay, the video is actually being shown here. So this is how it looks like. Okay, then if you you would like to browse it in the Chrome, because I'm using Chrome also here, so I can browse it in the Chrome. So this is how it should looks like. Okay, this is how it should looks like. So remember to save your work from time to time. Okay, so next one, C, in cell C, the image WS that you save in your step number 1. So our cell C, this is the cell C. So we have to drag and drop this image. Okay, so this is how it appears here. So I will save it. You can try to browse in the browser view, have a look. So this is how it should looks like. Okay, this is how it should looks like. So we move on. Question number 4. Place inline styles attribute into the HTML so that each image fit the width of the table cell and its aspect ratio is being maintained. So what does it mean? It means actually for each of the images, we want you to use the HTML command. Okay, use the HTML command to actually set the styles attribute to ensure that the image fit the cell's width. So how many images we have at the moment? We have 2 images, right? So the first image is in cell A. So you can actually always right click, okay, or double click on the picture, and you can actually check it maintain the aspect ratio. Okay, and for us, we can actually edit the styles here. So we want to put in the inline styles attribute. So we will put this after the width. Okay, so we add inline styles. So we do styles equal. So we want the width, width, width equals to inline style width colons. Okay, 100%. So it will fit the cell width. So this is what we mean. Okay, inline styles attribute. Okay, so the same command apply to our next image, which is this image in cell C. So just insert this command here. Okay, this is to fit the things into the cell. So these are the 2 commands you have to include, okay, in each of the images we have here. Then next one, in cell D, the content of m21 ocean.txt display this text as 2 paragraphs. Okay, display, you have to make it display into 2 paragraphs. And then you have to add as a 3rd paragraph the text given here. Okay, then apply style P to all to all the text in cell D. So to do this, we go to identify where is our cell D first. So cell B, and then cell D is here. So we open our text file. So this is the one. Okay, so the above and the right, I'll copy the 2 texts and paste it first. Okay, we'll copy this and paste it. So it will show as 2 paragraphs, and set all of them in the style P. So I will type our 3rd paragraph first. So 3rd paragraph, enter. So you type the 3rd paragraph, what you want. You want web page updated by, followed by your candidate's details. Okay, so you have to type in your candidate's detail. So select all of them, set it as style P. Okay, set it as style P. So you see here, this is only one paragraph, right? So remember to make it into paragraph. Okay, so we put an enter here. Okay, we enter it. So you have 3 paragraphs in your command. Okay, you have to make it paragraph. You cannot just put a BR, but it should be 1 paragraph. So a P tag for the 1st paragraph, 2nd P tag for the 2nd paragraph, and for the 3rd paragraph. So now we continue with our question number 6. Place in cell E, F, G for the respective text and apply style H1 to all these texts. So go to cell E. E is here. Okay, E. So in cell E, we have to type in the word species. And then F, ocean, waste, and G is contact us to help. Okay, and all this have to set to style H1. So we can select all, then style H1. So this is how it should looks like. And question number 7. Place in cell H the content of file M21 text and apply H2 to the text given here. So close this one, we go to text. So this is the text we need. So Control A, select all, and go to our cell H, paste it. So when you paste, you will realize that you actually include an enter also. So for me, I will advise you, please remember to remove it. Okay, then you have to apply this to style H2. So go to style H2. This is how it should looks like. Okay, then save your web page, and we move on to the next one. Attach the style sheets M21 ocean.css to your web page. So to attach the style sheets, when we attach, we actually attach in the head section. Okay, so the benefit of using Expressions Web 4 is we can actually using this format, CSS styles, attach style sheets. So browse and choose the correct style sheets we need, open, and OK. So the style sheets will be actually attached as what written in this command. So link href M21 ocean. So row is styles. So you can see that some of the font styles have been changed. Okay, so you can save your web page, and we can then proceed to the next question. So we continue to the next questions. So open and edit the style sheets. Now we are going to move on to our style sheets ocean.css to meet the following specifications. So let's open our style sheet first. So we can close the text file, which we don't need it. And remember to save your work from time to time. So open the ocean.m21 ocean.css. So this is the files given to you. So here, center align all the table, okay, all the table within the browser window. So we need to amend the command here. So we just need to add in. To do center align, we do margin left auto and also margin right auto. Okay, margin left, margin right auto to ensure that the table is being center aligned. Okay, so next one, set the background of the web page so that it has the color with a blue component D5 and then red component 9A, green component AB. So it's the background of the whole web page. So when it caters for the whole web page, then we have to do it in the body tag. Okay, in the body tag. So we set the style for body. So add the body styles, open curly brackets, and we need the background color. So background color. Okay, hexadecimal code. So always start with hashtag RGB. So R is 9A, G is green, so AB, blue is D5. Okay, so RGB. Because this is only a single property, so it's not compulsory to have the semicolon, but if you add the semicolon, it's also no problem. Okay, then we go to the next one. Set the fonts for style H1 and H2 and paragraph so that the browser select and display Arial. If not available, then it will go for Verdana. If both are not available, then it will go for the default sans serif fonts. Okay, then set each of these fonts as a black color. Okay, as black. So we go to H1, H2, H3. Since no H3, H1, H2, and paragraph. Since we need to perform it efficiently, so we do H1, comma, H2, and P, semicolon. Okay, open curly brackets. So we set the fonts family first. So fonts family. So the first one will go for Arial, then Verdana, and if not available, then we'll go for sans serif. So this is how we set up the command. And each of them, they will show in black color. So color, for the fonts color, we need to do color, right? Okay, please don't choose the black here because when we provide the color code, we have to give in hexadecimal. So hashtag for black color, it should be all 0. So you need to give 60. Okay, this is for black color. So save it. Okay, so I will encourage you to remember, save it from time to time. Then next one, set the style H1 to be center aligned. Okay, to be center aligned. And then H2, okay, we go to H1 first, since only H1. So H1 to be center aligned, so just append. So I make it easy to read, so we follow the patterns. So center align, so we do text align center. Okay, text align center, C-N-T-E-R, okay, center. And then next one, H2 and paragraph should be fully justified. So H2 and paragraph 2 together, right? So we have to do H2, comma, P, curly brackets. Okay, so we want it center align, so text align center. Okay, text align center. So save your style sheets. So this is the setup we need to set, okay, for our style sheets, and add your name, center number, candidate's number as a comment at the start of the style sheets. So remember, it emphasis at the start. So we go to the start. To get the comment, we start with slash asterisk, okay, backslash asterisk, asterisk, backslash. So in between, you type in your candidate's detail. Okay, so you have to give us your center number, your name, center number, and candidate's number. So this is how it should looks like. Okay, so save your style sheets and then take a screenshot. Okay, screenshot now. Show your file name and all the contents in your style sheets. So to take the evidence document for this, we do the snipping tools. So capture, remember to save first, huh? So you capture like this and put it in your evidence document. So this is your evidence true. So this is how it should looks like. Okay, then you can switch to your ocean.htm and have a look. You will realize that actually the fonts have been changing accordingly, and you got the background color. Okay, you got the background color. So when we double check, I actually found that I did a mistake here. I should make it as fully justified, right? Shouldn't be center. So colons, change to be justified, save it, go to ocean. Now you'll see that it changed. So it's always good for us to cross-check from time to time. And since I did the amendment, I have to do the re-screenshot. Okay, and go to evidence, just replace the picture. Okay, so we can adjust it. So this is how your evidence 2 should looks like. Okay, this is how your evidence 2 should looks like. Then next thing, display the HTML source of your web page in your editor. Then take a copy of your HTML source in your web page and place it in your evidence document. So for the HTML source, for me, I will actually straight away capture from here, go to the code. So have a look on the command first. So we will take the snipping tools and we will capture it. So just need to remember until which line you capture. So we go to the evidence, prepare our evidence. So this is evidence number 3. So the HTML command is until line number 44, right? So we continue the screenshot. After 44, continue 45 until the end. So include the picture. So this is how it looks like. Okay. Then the next part, display the web page in your browser. If necessary, resize it so that all the page can be seen. Okay. All the text are easily read and the address bar is visible. And you can take actually more than one screenshot. So for us to show it in the browser view, just browse in the browser view. So this is how it should looks like. Okay, so you can adjust it. I will do some simple resize here. Okay, but when you resize, you need to make sure that the picture are fully, the words are fully visible for your examiners to actually read it. Okay, for examiners to actually read it. And when you capture, you need to make sure that, okay, the URL is actually fully visible. So just take the snipping tools to capture it. So this is the first picture I would take. So I will do Control Enter. So evidence number 4. So this picture, right? So I will continue to take my next picture because one picture cannot fit. So we take the second picture. So it's roughly starts from here. Okay, so we can connect it together. So this is how it should look like, and I can actually do cropping a bit. So you can have it. Okay, so this is how we can prepare for our evidence number 4. Then after this, you can actually print your evidence document for your printout number 1. Then only you proceed to your task 5.